Welcome back to the Nikki Clarke Show. The show is about conversations that matter, and we invite people from all walks of life to come and share their heart stories, stories of transformation and upliftment. So we're always excited to meet people who are change agents, who are out transforming lives everywhere they go. And I'm so happy to have a guest that we've had a couple of times on the show and just doing great things in the community. He is the executive director of CIFF, which is the Christian International Film Festival. So please, I'd like you to welcome Jason Barbeck to the show. Jason, how are you doing tonight?
I'm wonderful, Nikki. Thanks for having me again.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Now, I want to make sure, did I name it the right name of the festival, or maybe I did?
Yes, you are right, because it is a Christian film festival, but it's actually Canadian International Faith and Family Film Festival. So it's a mouthful.
Faith and Family. Okay,
Correct.
Excellent. Canadian International Faith and Family 2020. Okay, my mistake, but it's along the same lines, definitely. Wonderful. So, Jason, tell me a little bit about your background leading up to becoming the executive director. I mean, I've heard your story, and it's so inspiring, but for those who are getting to know you for the first time, what can you tell us?
Well, I've been in the industry for about 25 years, the film industry, that is, as an actor. Singer, dancer, actor. I did the whole theater thing for a long time, got into film and TV, did voiceovers, commercials. And I had a script that I had written years ago, back in the 90s, called Adam's Testament. So that was was supposed to be a vehicle for myself as an actor to get launched. But it sat really collecting dust for 15-odd years. And then I had the opportunity to pitch that to an investor, and he loved it and picked it up. So I was able to make that into a film. And through that film, we were able to sort of tour it around festivals. But there was no festival like a faith-based festival in Canada, as it were.
Right.
There were a couple of music conferences, but no faith-based film festivals like in the U.S., like ICFF or Kingdomwood and things like this, Christian Worldview. So we decided to start a festival so that, a place to have films like this, like Adam's Testament, being a dark film, but, a very important film about spiritual warfare. And, people liked it, but as soon as you start talking about faith, they just step away, and that was just
tune out.
Didn't want to really deal with it. There wasn't really a market for it here, so we felt that it was a high time to start a market, not just for faith films, but for family films, to bring families together. So, a lot of times festivals play pretty avant-garde, X-rated films where you wouldn't want to bring the kids. So our festival, it's pretty much good for all ages. If there's a subject that's a little bit, might be not good for a certain age group, we'll certainly mention that. But for the most part, it's for all ages. So we're excited about that.
Excellent. And I'm really excited about this year. So can you tell us when it kicks off, and who do you have in terms of maybe some celebrities, and name a couple of films that we should really look out for?
Okay, great. Yeah. So this year we're September 18th and 19th. We're going online because of the restrictions of COVID-19, of course. But it's actually helped us because now we're globally attracting people, and we already are in 25-plus countries. So that was a no-brainer for us. And we're on a platform called Festivi. So they've been doing this for about 15 years, and so it was a kind of a turnkey operation. Now that our festival is online, you can tune in, watch films, and we do interviews, panels. So all of Saturday will be different times where we're going to have panels with, say, writers, directors, actors, filmmakers, singers, agents, casting people, just the whole gambit. So there'll be a lot of wealth of information for our viewers to tune into, especially if you're an aspiring young filmmaker or writer or anything, or just if you just like films and want to listen in on what's going on in the conversation. It's fantastic. We have people like Cameron Arnett, Kevin Sorbo, Dallas Jenkins from The Chosen. We're giving the Lifetime Achievement Award to Shirley Douglas, who passed away. This is Kiefer Sutherland's mother, so he'll be doing a video for us accepting the award. So we're very excited about that, too.
Excellent, excellent. So, how many people do you think will be tuning in this year? I know that you've drawn crowds from all over the world, the last 3 years. But how many do you suspect will be checking in online now that there are no real boundaries? Anyone can do that from right across the globe.
Yeah, well, it's my first time doing this with the festival, but other festivals like our size that show. We're going to show about 40 films, and they're going to be up there for about a month's time. So it's a really good deal to tune in. It's a 2-day festival, but you can still watch the films for up to 1 month. So that's pretty good. Other festivals our size or smaller, yeah. Other festivals have done about 1,000 to 2,000 plus people that tune in. So we don't know what to expect. We're excited though to draw a good number.
Excellent. Now, what is the driving force for you? What fuels your passion to do what you do? I mean, putting together a festival is not an easy feat. It takes a lot of determination, and what we see as glamorous behind the scenes isn't always glamorous. It's a lot of hard work. What pushes you to do this every year?
Well, it certainly does. It's like a film, right? If you get into it to make money, then you're going to have a rude awakening. It's like starting your own business. Be prepared to work for free for 5 years. That's the kind of thing you have to have a passion for it. And of course, my driving force is to be a platform and a voice for these little films all around the world that may never get a chance to sort of see the light of day with these festivals, or they may not get picked up. Our bar is set high, so we don't just take anything. We vet these films very carefully with our judging process, and we want films of redemption and change and uplifting, documentaries that are making change, people that are changing lives or saving, say, a small village in a town or somewhere in the world, or rescuing children or refugees, sex trafficking, PTSD. We tackle the tough issues, but there's always an incredible uplifting message. And these groups that are fighting for people that are downtrodden, it's really amazing. So for me, I like to look at myself as like a media missionary. That's what we always used to talk about, the coin phrase, where we're kind of like a platform and try to be a beacon of light in this, kind of dark place that the world is in right now. We need films of redemption and hope and salvation. And if people are non-believers, that's fine. It's just that we want to share with them that they're not alone and that there is hope, that there are people to talk to. Not everybody turns their back on you. That God is there and He's inspiring people like us, working through us to grow the kingdom and to help others that are just really lost.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's teaming up with you. I understand that it's serving a bigger purpose, just like you said. It's about empowering people to not give up, and to hear the collective voices of people saying that, yes, I've been through this, but I've been in the valley, but now I reached the mountaintop because I just had the faith to never give up. So people need to hear that more and more, and I'm sure people have been reaching out to you, and I've been having people connect with me, and they just really need to hear that reassurance a lot. So I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, and it's also, you don't want to sort of like pander to them, and you don't want to preach to them either. So that's why film is perfect. It's a medium where they can just sit down and you have their undivided attention, and you can speak to them with a message of media, whatever that is. We always learned that in theater school, that as soon as the lights come up on the stage, the audience is yours. Like, you have their undivided attention. What you do with that is up to you. If you lose them halfway through, well, that's the job of the performer. Same as a film. You need to hold their attention and plant the seed if you can.
Absolutely. And I love the great seeds. It's really promoting really good fruit. So I appreciate what you do, and I'm glad that I'm able to help you promote that. So in that line of thinking, where can people go and purchase tickets? Where can they go and find out more about the festival and maybe even donate their time, maybe volunteer?
Sure. We always look forward to working and partnering with people in that capacity. It's really simple. So we are CIFF, CIFFLIX. So I think of Kifflix, think of Netflix, PureFlix. Well, we're Kifflix, CIFFLIX.com.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Kifflix.com. And through that portal, you'll find the platform of Festivee. You can click through all the links. It just gives you our background, our history, the films that are nominated, and how to get involved and how to send us an email.
Wonderful. All right. Well, Jason, before we go, could you just offer a few words of inspiration for those who are really feeling the challenges right now of this global experience? What would you say to them?
I would say that, there's two ways to look at this. One is you can feel isolated and alone and not connected, or you can plug in and get connected because, it really is, we can't change what happens to us, but we can change how we react to a situation. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what we have to be now. We have to react in the correct manner. And we need to plug in because you can plug in now and connect through Zoom, Skype, all these different platforms. If you're an artist, it's the perfect time to get involved. Writing, music, directing, filmmaking. There's no boundaries now because people are doing things from their own homes now. They're even doing, like, if you see, they just had their first music award show, and that was done around the world. Everyone just sort of was feeding in their videos and tuning in. People are going to drive-ins now in their cars. I mean, they're finding a way to connect. It's a different way to connect. But it's inspiring to see the human spirit just dying to get back to civilization, as it were. So don't get too down. The world is changing, but it's not going to be like this forever. It's going to be different for a bit, but I don't think it's going to be like this forever. I really don't, and I think that it's going to be stronger and better because people are connecting like they've never done before. Especially musicians. You see people now that are actually doing these incredible shows online because they're all at home and they just want to be creative. So plug in your creative juices, whatever they may be. And if you're not sure, just ask a question. People out there are making videos on YouTube and instructional videos and manuals on how to do basically anything. So don't be afraid to plug in. We get stuck in a box and think we can't do something. Well, in these days, in 2020, there's always a way to do whatever you want to do, especially creatively. Just tune in with the right groups and get together with guys like us in our festivals or small filmmaking groups, or just, get a camera and start to shoot, start to film, start to experiment and see what you like. You film something and watch it back. You're not going to like it at first, then you get better and stronger. It's like hearing your voice for the first time. It's going to take time. But that's why you need to experiment and you need to fail forward, as they say. Fail forward because you're always getting better. Every failure is a learning experience that you can't buy and you can't learn in school. It's called life, and you have to do it.
You have to do it. I love that. Fail forward. Okay. You don't mind if I borrow that? Do you? I think I'm going to be posting that. I'm going to be posting that tonight. Jason Barbeck, thank you so much, Executive Director of CIFF Festival. It is, again, September 18th. Is that right? That's when it kicks off?
18th and 19th, yes. 18th
and 19th, okay. And it's online. Where can people purchase the tickets one more time?
Kifflix.com, CIFFLIX.com.
Excellent. All right, Jason, really appreciate your time. You've been listening to the Nikki Clarke Show with a very special guest, Jason Barbeck. So please reach out to him on social media. I was at the festival for 2-3 years now straight, and I am so excited to be a part of this again on a different platform, but with the same type of anticipation to be inspired and also to connect with great people. So please do just that. Do yourself a favor and connect.
Thank you.
All right, Jason,
Thank you so much.
Take care of yourself, and we'll be in touch very soon. All the best. Bye for now.
Thank you. Have a blessed night. Take care.
God bless.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.